another day, another Porsche project. Yes, I'm still working on the 356. Let's go look what I'm up to. This little gas filler is apropos for the C models, but what I really want to do is kind of have the more racy look and have the gas filler right in the center like the early cars and like a race car. And I think it'll look way better to have just a nice smooth line here. I won't have to gap this panel, which is good. So I'd like to fill that hole. That's what we're up to. First thing I'm doing is taking a really precise measurement. Yeah, 1 Sharpie length, a little bit more than a Sharpie length.
That's your precise measurement?
Sharpie length, mark, mark. A little more than a Sharpie length, mark, mark. What I'm doing here is making sure that the panel I start working with is just a little bit bigger so it can actually hang on to it. Quick cut and we're in business. English wheel, you've heard of these and you've seen us use it a bit and other people use it. What I want to do is give this panel, of course, the shape of the fender like this. This puts a double crown in anything you work with, so it'll also put a little bit of shape like this, which makes sense for the top of a fender. I'm going to grab it and physically try to bend it a little bit, and that'll speed up the process. Now I got to clean my wheel first. When the wheels get dusty in the shop, they get debris on them, and that'll just show up in your tracking. The other reason I made this panel longer is when I start and stop, there's always a little mark. We'll show you those after. And we want those marks to be after the spot where we're going to cut. So it's really important the wheel that you choose, because the profile of the wheel is really going to give you the profile of the panel. You can see it really taking shape here in real time. Okay, so let's go. See all these little marks? Whoop, 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 whoop. You're not too close to that off. Those little marks? I don't want those in the center of my panel. I kind of want a really nice panel here. What I'm going to do is just go test this on the car and see what the shape's like. So the assumption is that basically from here to here, the shape stays the same, and we just want it to fit nice. Now you see I've got to get more curve on it, so I'm going to run the passes a little further down and give it the crown. We're going to match it to the fender first and then cut out the size. So a little more curve in it. Now the more soft passes you make, the less noticeable wheel marks you're going to have. So take your time and just make a bunch of passes. It's a really fun tool once you get used to using it. And as you can see, we have different dies here. So super sharp radius, almost no radius. We even have one that's flat, that all it does is kind of stretch the metal out and harden it. Well, you can see we're getting there. Still needs way more crown, so let's go. I'm gonna just tighten the wheel up just a little bit so it can do a little more work. The tighter the wheel is, the more it'll work. I'm gonna make one more pass because I know we were way out there. Okay. shape there. If you're ever fooling around with this stuff, it's just supposed to be fun, so have a bit of fun with it. I'm going to force the curve here a little bit. There we go. So now I feel I got something really, really close. I can feel it in here that it's touching everywhere. I'm gonna put it on here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The fit's really good there. And in the front here, same thing. The fit is really good. I'm gonna mark that. So I'm letting this kind of relax where I think it fits the best. All right. Now, the nibbler, this is something you should know.
Is that the real name for it?
Yep. The nibbler.
Nibbler?
Yeah. Sounds like some bad porn stuff. I'm not sure where we're going with that. Okay, so just a little trick to know about the nibbler is it basically the jaws are going opposite directions, right? A lot of times what that'll do is if I was to go right to the line here, it's going to force these metals apart and it's going to change the shape in here. So to avoid changing this shape, I'm going to take like 1 inch, 3/4 of an inch, 1/2 an inch out of here, and you'll see the metal really curl on the outside, but it won't affect the shape on the inside. See how this is taking the impact of the nibbler rather than this panel changing. And I'm going to stay within 1/4 inch of this because I do want to fit it one more time once I get some stuff ready. I'll do the same with this side. Now if I did that right, there won't be a major change in shape here, so let's go test. Yeah, look at that. Fitment's really good. Flip it around because sometimes, oh yeah, there it is. So that tells me that the panel's got the right shape. What you can't see in the camera is that the space is actually down a little bit. And I'm gonna have to knock that up just to have a nice flowing line when I'm done. So what I'm gonna do here is cut this down to leaving 1/8 or 3/16 there. The reason I'm gonna do that is so that this panel doesn't warp at all. So this panel will maintain its shape through the welding, and then I'll be able to just from the backside grind that last little bit of the lip off. If I was to grind the whole lip off right now, I'd have 2 panels that are flexible. It's doable, we do it all the time, but this is gonna make the job even that much more simple. So think about those things when you're working. Part of the reason I did this right now, rather than grinding it all off after, is because grinding that rather than cutting it is going to create a lot of heat. And I don't want to then warp my panel, but see how flexible that is now? So I'm going to move this up a little bit. I'm going to get a straight edge across here, make sure that this is all good. Then we're going to weld that on. Should be in good shape. All right, you can see on the straight edge there, You can see daylight through the bottom there on that side. What about there? You see daylight? And then quite a bit of daylight here. So that's what I was meaning by pulling that up. Okay, let's see that's closed now. So closer. One section just won't come up. Okay, so I can see we got just one little high spot there. The bulk of it's really good. Yep. Perfect. Okay. That gets us super close. Notice I still left a little bit to trim there. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. There'll be just a minor bit of trimming here. Here's a little trick you're gonna like. I am gonna weld a holder to this because it's gonna go on and off and on and off. Perfect. This way I can put it in place and remove it. So I am gonna take this patch, start working my way around. First thing I'm going to do is put a few locating marks in it. So I get it back to the same spot every time. There we go. Okay, now I'm seeing that we got a little bit of material to remove here, just a little bit down here, and I'm going to start grinding this stuff off. guys. Have a little look at these gaps. All the way around, looks good. I'm actually going to pick it up when I weld, because it's fallen in the hole, and hold it just about like that. Maybe a little more grinding. Okay. A little more grinding. Safety squint, kids. Safety squint. Horrible. Horrible. Don't do like I do. Alright. There's the start. And what I'm going to do is just feel my way around. Probably push it up from the bottom till I feel things are really even. So, a couple spots where the magnets were. Good. Good. Okay. Oh. Boy, oh boy. I'm just going to play with it, and I wonder if I can show you guys. Simple straight edge here. I'm just going to look for imperfections in this. That one's great. You can see that one. Can you see a little daylight underneath the actual patch? So I'm going to have to lift the patch as I go along. Let's see if I can do all of that for you. Same old tools I'm always using. Doesn't have to be fancy. Pull this up till it's flush. And we put a little tack there. Wants a little more love there for sure. Gonna work our way around. Pretty close here. Yeah. What I might have to do is put a cut in some of these spaces if I feel I haven't got enough. Boy, that's money. Placement is everything. This is the hard part's going to be just making sure it's in place properly. Just taking my time, trying to make sure everything's the same height. The better job I do of that, the nicer the repair will look, and the less fooling around we'll have to do with body work. Yeah, so we're going to pull this up just a bit to make it happy here. Super happy with that. You can see I'm just inch, 3/4 of an inch apart. Right here I can tell it's quite low. So if I put this here, this slides under no problem. So, well, maybe not. Right here it does, yeah. So believe it or not, that thickness is what I'm trying to fix. I'm going to pull this up a little bit. Too high. So nice. Look at this. Nice. Really small increments here, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna go get a welding helmet. We'll burn this thing in. Get rid of our bolt first. You fucker. Okay. It's a pretty good solid shape, so I'm probably going to weld 2 or 3 tacks at a time and work my way around the panel. So I'm using a 1-step hotter setting than I normally would for welding this sheet metal. It allows the weld to kind of fall flat, but I'm also moving the stick quite quickly. So think about those details. I'm going to raise that little area there. Now, do you guys want to watch me do some grinding? Or do you want to watch our favorite pretty girl do some grinding? Oh, yeah. I thought you'd say that. Awesome. Perfect.
So that's really changing the look of the gas tank today. As you can see, JF did an amazing job. So thank you so much for watching, you guys, and like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you next one. Bye.